Hey, thank you. That's a good one. That's a great introduction. Sure. My name's Steve Nedley. I live in Central Florida. Do a lot of art. I really like the horror scene here. I met a lot of great people. Um, I actually met you not directly through the horror scene, but that's entertaining. Um, through JD, we were together. So, man, uh, I don't know. I don't really know. I didn't really think I'd give an introduction because I'm not good at that. Fine, okay. I got a lot to live up to. Sure. Yeah, so something horror themed, maybe. I mean, it would be probably on par with this, but what do you think? I see we got some people here. I mean, if not, I'll just start scribbling stuff, but probably have to do first or second. I don't really know what that means. I hear you. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I haven't checked the footage at all, so don't know. Hmm. Yeah, sure. I can do that. So, for one, I need to know if anyone here can actually hear Erica. Because it seems that's a no so far for most people. I'm going to fiddle with this manual focus for a sec because that's fun to me. Oh, you're going to miss all this if I don't do it. Um, okay. I don't have any responses on the chat yet, but I was thinking, all right. So like Erica mentioned a little bit ago, for those who can or can't hear her, I have no idea if you guys can hear her. Please, someone respond because I haven't tested it. Um, We are trying to see if you have any suggestions for what to draw today. If not, I'll just draw something vaguely horror themed and we'll go from there. But okay, that's not funny. I can hear you just fine. Let me see if I have anything on my phone from my friends are like oh my brother says he hears me now, but nothing from you. So so now so obviously now they do. So I think that's an issue. So let's see. Yes. Um, Well, I can do something. Hold on. One second. You need one of those like technical difficulty frames. I see. They say I cannot hear her. Hmm. This is fun. So let's see. Yeah, right? Yeah. All right. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. There's a setting live chat. Oh, dude. I wasn't on. I was, I was on like a locked version of the chat. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's dumb. All right. So yeah. They just heard me over there. Yeah, they still can't hear you, but um I'm not sure what's going on here. All right. Well, while they are working on that, trying to figure that out. Hold on. Yeah, I can't have it doubling up the audio there. So yeah, we can do it. Yeah, I'm adjusting it right now, JD. I don't know how to make it do this shit automatically. Do my picture automatically. Yeah, honestly, I probably look better, a little blurry, so doesn't bother me. The face made for blur. All right, so I see a couple suggestions here while we figure out some of these technical difficulties. We got the moon monster. I see the dead girl. Okay, I see the creature from the shed.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Hey, there you are.
Steve's got a little double audio, but you're fine. Keep rolling. Go with it.
All right,
I have
sorry
double
about
audio.
that.
Okay.
Somehow my settings got a little screwy there, boys and girls, so I'm going to first and foremost apologize for that little snafu, but I'm glad we got that fixed.
Snappy.
All right, so let's get on with
blurry.
this fun stuff this evening. I do see that we've got some really fun suggestions coming in to the chat here for your drawing. Somebody suggested the darkness from the movie Legend.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Creature
Yeah,
from
that's a
the
good.
shed. I don't know what a moon monster is. I'm
That
sorry.
sounds great.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, the moon monster sounds like a lot of fun.
So yeah, so I guess whatever you want to draw there, Steve. It's up to you, man. You're the star of the show. I'm just here as like, background noise.
Yeah, and I'm blurry as shit, and I don't know how to fix it. So I keep turning this thing, but it's delayed by like 5 seconds. Like, wait a moment. I'm just slowly gonna turn this thing.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'll just start drawing.
All right.
Um,
Somebody suggested the bird guys from the Dark Crystal. Ooh.
oh, the
Skeksis?
Skeksis or whatever they are. Yeah. Oh, Karen. Hey, what's up, girl? All right, yeah. How about Skeksis and a moon monster? That sounds pretty fun.
Ooh, that'd be a dangerous combo.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
I am still the emperor. Gonna be great.
so now you have to do the interview in a Skeksis voice the entire time.
I'm bringing Skeksis back. I actually got to look up a picture of a Skeksis because I can't reach my book.
I was gonna say, I know you've got a book somewhere. You've got all kinds of the arts.
It's over there. But it's also
Use the force, Steve.
it is just horrifically out of it's almost as I don't like being blurry. Fix it.
There, right there. Don't touch it. Leave alone. You're perfect.
What?
You're perfect. You're not blurry.
Shit.
Yay! You can move, but I'm just saying you're not blurry, so you're good.
Okay, cool. Well, that was good. All right, cool. So let's get this thing started. Thanks everyone for being patient, like she said. I wasn't really expecting to fix it. I was like, oh, we're doomed. It's broken. It's technology.
We had it perfect too, but hey, you know what? It's the internet. Anything can happen, right?
Oh yeah.
So, all right, now let's go ahead and get into this fun stuff here.
Yeah,
Now
yeah. What do you got?
you've been doing artwork for God. How long have you been doing it? Let's talk this. How long have you been sketching and drawing in general?
Oh my God. All right. So a little bit of a backstory. Grew up a military family. Didn't really do it as much of the traveling as you would think, but apparently, based on having your friends swap in and out of the schools, you kind of gain like a social cue to do something to mitigate your time. So that's kind of what I did my entire life. I've done a pretty good amount of it. Uh, I like it. It was something that my parents were very supportive of, so I felt kind of lucky to have gotten into it. But I've been drawing ever since I can remember. I just really like doing it. And if you guys think that my art's really bad, I've only been drawing 2 years. So like it all depends on what you think about it. Like if it's something that you like, long time, don't like, a couple minutes. I learned on Skillshare earlier today. Whatever. So yeah.
So how long have you been drawing professionally? Because I know like I've commissioned stuff from you. I have other
Mhm.
folks that have been interested in commissioning stuff from you. So how long have
Yes.
you been doing this professionally?
Uh, Professionally, let's say, well, once again, as a catch-all, when I was a kid, I remember distinctly this time when I decided to be a walking novelty and to try to sell pictures that I figured out how to doodle of parakeets because we had those
Okay.
um, to my neighbors, and they were very nice, kind people, so they bought them. Uh, they were garbage, but I appreciate those who invested in a local artist. um,
Aww.
but it was enough to make me feel like it was something that some people aren't as lucky to. They will have a community of people that will be like, you can't make it as an artist. You can't do anything as an artist. You
Yeah.
gotta get a real trade or something or go
Which
to
is
school.
overrated, by the way. I think the real, and I use quotes when I say this, like the 9 to 5 real jobs are completely overrated.
Maybe so. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's like whatever pleases you. And I have a hard time with some of the things that some people find a little more pleasing than others. So I'm not very good at it. So anyway, I love doing art. I love I love creating things. I like working out of my imagination the most. I can draw what I see, but I prefer to draw what I'm
It's in your
imagining,
noggin.
which, yeah, and fueling that with a pretty consistent supply of movies and, books and that sort of thing really, really helped. Ooh, forgive me, I gotta keep checking back and forth. Okay.
So you've been hawking your artwork there for quite some time then, even since you were like a young lad.
Yes. Yeah. And, as with anything, it goes in phases. I had a pretty strong case of imposter syndrome, for a very long, long, long time, feeling like it wasn't good enough to actually, have it be something. That's a difficulty in being around a lot of people who inspire you and like seeing like, when I grew up, they had just started being capable of like posting things online to like see other people's art,
Yeah.
and that was simultaneously inspirational and crushing because you, you may be a big fish in your little pond. You
Hmm.
may be able to pull that off, but they have a lot of people somewhere who are better than you. So you kind of got to do it for its own merit and just because you love it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, I'm glad that you stuck with it. I'm glad that you were, persistent with it. I'm glad that you found this to be your happy place,
yeah, for real. A lot of
So,
people aren't lucky enough to have one of those. So I feel pretty blessed to have something that I enjoy doing.
yes. Now, what's your I know some artists work in many different mediums. Right now, it looks like you're
Mhm.
using a colored pen. And it looks like one of the ones that I had in high school, or dare I say middle school, back in the 1900s, because yes,
Oh, yes.
apparently that's how the kids are referring to the 90s now,
With a quill.
with a quill. So what's your
Yeah.
favorite medium to work in?
Um, I'm a really huge fan of working digital.
Okay.
But as far as like an analog thing goes, I'm really lately really enjoying just straight up pen. Like this is one of those cheap like those four multicolor pens,
Yeah.
you know. I just like it because it has four cheap pens in it. But
So what you're
as far
saying is you don't need to go spend hundreds of dollars on quills and fancy things. You can just
right.
go to like the Dollar Tree and pick up a pen and boom, just have at it.
Yes, and it may not be there's a lot of people define their limitations by what they can, afford,
Like their
and that's
materials.
true. And to a certain extent, that is true. When it comes to like certain paints, it's completely different to be like, well, this is one of these like chemical Holbens or something. These like oil paints are like $70 for like a tiny tube,
Yeah.
but but you can still learn with like cheaper materials. It just your passion is what keeps you going. Because the secret is that every artist that I've ever met hates what they've done and is never
Yes.
happy with it.
Yes, that is a fact. Every artist that I've ever talked to, when I compliment them, they're just like, "Yeah, but I could have did this," or "It's okay,
Mhm.
it's not that great." But in my eyes, the girl that can barely draw a flippin' stick figure, like what you're doing right now, is just jaw-droppingly amazing.
Right. And to me, well, and like to me, honestly, someone who could probably bang out a pretty awesome stick figure might I might admire some of the simplicity of it. It all depends. Like you're never going to be happy with what you yourself do, but you'll give that grace to someone else.
Yeah.
You'll be like, no, no, that's fine.
Now, are you
Um,
currently taking any types of commissions, or are you kind of booked right now?
oh yeah, my commission list is always open. Just recently, and I wanted to say thank you for this. Recently, I had the luxury of having several people added to my commission queue, um, based on you sharing the commission that JD had me make for you.
Oh, hold on. I'm
Um,
going to switch camera
mhm.
just so I can
Oh,
show
okay. Yeah,
this
yeah,
to the
yeah. Go ahead.
folks at home real quick who may not have seen this. So, my husband commissioned this awesome spooky and it's got I apologize here. Let's see if I can't show that without the glare. So
Sure.
this is my
Ooh.
portrait that Steve did, that you did ridiculously detailed, I might add, and it has lots of my favorite things, from the
Mhm.
nod to, Evil Dead and Army of Darkness with a chainsaw hand, to the
Yeah.
Hatbox Ghost, to the Haunted Mansion there in the background, and just the coloring is absolutely ridiculous. So thank
Thank you.
you for this. And just to
Well,
kind of,
thanks to JD for the commission. You have a husband that loves you very much.
I am a lucky gal. I really am. And I realized this. And I had you commission something for him moons before he did
Yeah, yeah, you
mine.
did.
And that was this little piece here.
Oh yeah, the card, right?
Yes, so my husband is a giant fan of Garbage Pail Kids, and I had Steve create this awesome little version of JD, who is Frady JD. We do need to upgrade him, so I'll be talking to you
Yeah,
about
we
that
do.
soon.
It's not so Frady. It was just a convenient name.
It was. But yeah, so you've been getting more and more commissions
Yes.
recently.
Yeah. Well, and especially because you never know what the little snowflake is that's going to make that avalanche go. Like
Yeah.
it's okay to have a lot of these things. It sounds like generic advice, but if I got to say something to like those who are trying to figure out how to do this for a living, it's a consistency game. You know, it's better just to show up and every day and do a little bit than to do some giant masterpiece, because you don't know what the thing is that's gonna like inspire someone enough to share your stuff, or like what like passion project are you gonna get into where people can like feel how sincere and how the feeling that you get off of this piece. So you don't know what's going to trigger that, because it's not necessarily it's if it was just like, well, they're paying the best people, and let's face it, no one that I know would get it. It would be like some, like some person somewhere who was blessed enough to not have to have a 9 to 5 and got to practice since they were born, or were like forced into it, or
Yeah.
culturally wedged into this. It didn't have that. And I'm almost 40 now, and honestly, I still have my day job, and I still do random things to make the bills work. But I'm also blessed enough to, be able to make a significant amount of my income through art. Like I've been very consistent the past couple of years, as in never have a clean, never have an empty queue. Some of that's due to some of the games that I've helped build, and um, just a lot of stuff. That, and I apprenticed as a tattoo artist years ago, and
Ah.
various stages of trying to get that to work off and on.
Now, are you gonna start doing that? Are you gonna get back into that? Is that something that you kind of had to put on hold for now?
Yeah. The whole COVID thing. In case you haven't heard of it, it's the whole COVID thing going on definitely shortened some of my plans for that. But I was lucky enough to have something to fall back on that would let me work remote and still work full time. So I was pretty blessed with it. Um, the I would like to get back into it, and I was working on that whenever the COVID thing hit. I had a spot at a local shop, but this
Yeah.
didn't work out at that time. And I'm patient. I've been doing this for a very long time. I don't think I need to really step it up now. It's just gonna like make it a deciding factor.
Yeah. Well,
Nobody knows. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if and when you do get back into it,
Mhm.
I would like to have some work done by you, sir, on my body there permanently.
Oh, perfect.
So I offer
Yeah.
myself as tribute, sir.
Yeah, I'm tribute. Oh yeah. Yeah. You'll see in the chat here.
Oh,
That's
there's all
funny.
kinds of peeps chiming in.
Yeah.
So
My brother's messing with me.
JD has pointed out that you should purchase a piece of art from Steve or a commission before he gets too expensive for you to do so.
Yeah, you should.
So
My rates are going up
they're going up $5
as
by the minute right now.
as we speak. I
Now
got 20 people watching. That adds 20 cents. Okay. Thanks.
you could feed a starving Steve.
No, you couldn't. No such thing as a starving Steve. That's where my income goes.
Right now, so you're actively taking commissions. If somebody does want to
Yes.
get a piece done, I see a couple of people inquiring about it. Do they reach out to you via the
Hey,
website,
John.
or what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Okay. Actually, so currently you can go to my website at stevenedley.com.
And I think
However, that website is mainly just a content echo of my Instagram, because let's face it, I've never had someone order something through my website, but I've always had people connect with me through social media, because that's just how my life goes.
well, it's
Which makes
convenient and
me,
it's easier.
yeah, but it forces me to like do things like watch that anti-social media documentary and then just hate the fact that I can't not do it. I'm like, yeah, that's stupid. They steal all of our data, and we shouldn't. Yeah, but I got a commission last week off of that thing. I can't really.
But I got to make the monies off it, so I kind of need
Yeah.
it, sorta.
Yeah. I'll sell a a list of my interests and everything, and I mean, my Alexa already knows everything that I do, so it's fine.
Well, I
Um,
mean,
But yeah, so like social media, you can contact me at Instagram at Steve Nedley Art. I'm fairly responsive there. If you reach out to me there, more than likely, I will give you my phone number, because I don't like texting that much. I'm not very good at it. I mean, I can, and if I start doing that, I just get sucked into it, and I'll be there for hours. And I'm just gonna do bonker stuff now, because I don't know what the rest of these things look like, but I'm just gonna start adding
do your
things.
thing, man. So
Okay.
typically, if somebody want to purchase a commission from you, do you have a specific rate that you use? Do you have a starting price? Asking, do you go by like
Okay.
how many colors? Your hourly? Like, how do you?
That it is definitely based on a great question, by the way, because that one gave me a pause. The typically the way that I solve this combines a couple different mindsets here. I have tried many different ones over my career, and the one that helped me the most was actually something that a friend of mine that I met years ago at one of the Winter Park at one of the like local sidewalk art festivals.
Okay.
His name is Bob Kodzis. He runs the SAC runs it. He's one of the instructors at the SAC Comedy Lab
Oh,
in
nice.
downtown. He's a really cool guy. You guys would love him. But I had lunch with him one day. And I remember he was just God. He's such a kind guy, but he like raked me over the coals for my questions, and he sort of didn't let me drop it. One of those like annoying like, all right, I get like I said something dumb. Can you please like
Let it
not
go.
yeah, I can just let this go. I told him what I charged one of the guys that we knew for a piece, and he just looked at me. And it felt almost paternal, like that, like disappointment. That like, oh, like if you decide to tell your dad, like, well, I've decided to drop out of school and sell crack, it'll be that look that he'll like,
Like,
oh,
well,
okay, that's it's your life, buddy, but it's the whole sport of parent look. But I asked him like, hey man, I don't know how to charge for these things because I tried going based on the amount of time, but I still do. That'll that definitely weighs into it. So like complexity weighs into it, right?
right.
How detailed something is. Just because I can sketch this out really fast doesn't mean that hourly is the way to go for this because one, you might have some fixes, you might have some changes.
Right.
I'm not trying to match anything really, and so on and so forth. Anyway, just to get back to it, the thing that he told me is he said you should charge whatever it takes for you to do this job joyfully. So
Oh,
for
I like
some,
that.
yeah, right. I mean, I definitely butchered it in my paraphrasing there, but
I
that's
think I
what I do.
think we get the gist of your meaning.
Yes. So basically, if uh, I'm not big on like giant corporate things, right?
Yeah.
So if Chase Bank were to ask me to do a mural, it would probably cost a little bit more than if like some like local orphanage, like decided, because like
Make the
that would
side of
actually
the
be,
building look pretty.
yeah, like can you paint this to where it doesn't look so sad? Yes.
Yeah.
Versus can you paint something that will let them give us a $35 overdraft fee? I'm still sour, Chase. $35 is not okay.
It's
Anyway, yeah.
not in this day and age.
No, I'm already broke. Why did you take 35 more? I got to go talk to you and it's about something dumb like McDonald's. That's stupid.
Jesus. I'm sorry.
Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so like it's a combination of my joking aside, it's a combination of factors. One of which is how complex is the thing that you want drawn. If you want, let's say size first, right? So if you want something like this, which is the size of a standard sheet of paper, um, if you just give me that and you say, hey, how much for something this size? Well, if you if I just draw a square around it, that's gonna be pretty cheap, you know.
Right.
But if I'm writing, every word of like Moby Dick in the background of like a giant whale thing here, you're gonna pay my mortgage this year. You're gonna pay the whole thing. Like that's gonna be absurd. And that being said, I have when I was trying to figure out my rates, almost given away a lot of pieces because I didn't, it was part of the learning, process, learning how to charge for these things or learning to be comfortable assigning a value to your work.
Well, that's I think a
There,
struggle that a lot of artists have too is, how do you figure out what your I don't want to say what your worth is, but that's ultimately what it boils down to. What is your time? What is your artwork worth? I mean, like have you ever asked somebody like, "Hey, just pay me what you think it's worth?"
I've tried that. The problem is that sometimes some of the people that I've worked with will not say any names because I would still like some monies.
Is that Pete?
Um,
I just say
no,
that cuz Pete's in the chat right now.
yeah, right. I was like, what the hell? No, God damn it, Pete. Shut up, Pete. Anyway, no, I will occasionally get. All right, it's sort of like for someone who is in IT, right? In the whole like I fix computers biz. If
Right.
you say, well, I'm a network admin, you're gonna have someone that'll be like, okay, cool. Can you make my router work? Like, well, that's not really what I do, but yeah, I can probably do that. Oh, okay, cool. Can you redo the ink in my printer? Can you do all of it? Yes, yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Problem is, it's probably not going to be the best use of my time. So occasionally, I will get people who will ask me for like one of those typographic logos,
Okay.
like a really nice logo, like yours, which I'll add this caveat here. Yours, we just, oh my god, I just kicked my camera. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Through my phone. That's fantastic.
It's all right.
It's fine. I'll move that back over here. Maybe. Nope, dog's laying on it. That's where it sits.
There you go.
Okay. Well, so anyway, as I was saying, occasionally I will get people who ask me for like, I have this business and I sell things online and I want like the Coca-Cola, thing.
Okay.
Well, I'm not a designer, so I can draw things, that might look pretty, but it doesn't flow out. Like what flows for me is like characters and odd stuff and things that I've seen and I'm passionate about things. So things like the Skeksis is fun because I've seen that and I grew up with that, but I never sat around like some of my friends did and fall in love with typography and logo design and all that. And like I just don't get it. I don't think that way. It's a very elegant look and I don't have it.
It's a different type of art as well. It's a different
Mm-hmm.
category, I would say.
Yes. So, in all honesty, if someone were to ask me for that, I would probably charge extra because it's going to take me a very long time. So, you probably want to go with someone else for that. But the way that I got around that with a lot of things was to, well, this is something that I had to wrap my head around too, because I had hired some designer friends of mine, one of which is actually named Richard Longhe.
Okay.
I think he's in Georgia now, but he's an amazing designer. He's one of my favorites, right?
Yeah.
And we had worked together at a certain point, and he liked my illustration, and we were good friends. And I had hired him to actually create my like website design and all these things years ago, and like a
Nice.
logo.
Yeah.
In fact, I actually have. Oh my god! I just peel that right off. Ooh, that broke. Okay. So anyway,
Look at you, handy dandy.
there you go.
Oh, nice.
So this was my old logo.
Okay.
And it was something that Richard designed. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, like I can't do that. That would take me like a year. I mean, he got that to me,
Says the man, meanwhile, who's over there sketching this beautiful Skeksis in what,
Yes,
25 minutes right now?
yeah, yeah. Well, and see that's the difference because I don't think that most designers could do this. So I admire that skill, and they admire this one. Some of them, like I get it. It's a completely different skill set.
Yeah.
It just feels weird because it's the same as I was trying to say. Some people will like try to associate art and they'll try to generalize it.
And you can't. You really can't.
Yeah. Well, you're an artist, so you can probably do this. Like I can't, and I don't know how to do that, and I don't think that way.
And
If
that's
you want
just a
something
no.
pretty, you are probably better off not going to me.
You do pretty things. I think they're pretty things.
Oh, I do draw pretty people. So
Yes.
you're welcome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
see, fishing for compliments. I see. It's fine.
Not at all. No. Actually,
No,
what I
it's
was
fine.
no. Wait, you stop it right there. What I was referring to was this lovely little Gladiator Rise of the Legends piece that you did,
Ooh, a segue.
which I'm showing to our lovely audience that are here with us today. Now, you did the artwork
Yes.
for this, did you not?
I did, and we actually have a second version of that coming out in a couple weeks, I believe.
Now, is this for is this a game for the phone or what's the deal?
Yes, that's a mobile game. It's called Gladiator: Rise of Legends. I think the next one is. Oh man, I'd have to ask my business partner. I don't remember the name of it, but it's all hand drawn. We don't use any renderings, any models. But essentially, you can customize and equip a gladiator, and it's like a stat based game to where you can set
Okay.
up everything and go to battles and go to the arena and do a bunch of tasks and grind through things to get certain features and blah blah blah. Blah.
Oh,
So
nice.
I mean, I liked it a lot when I played it. Honestly, I would. I didn't think I would, but I really did. But yeah. So that's I got that going.
See, pretty people. Not
Sure,
just
sure.
me, just saying.
There you go. But what I wanted to more point out was there are people who would think that like, oh, that's well designed. That may be true. Like there were certain factors that you would need to. My understanding of design is very basic, and it takes me forever. It that screen took
Hmm.
me weeks to do, but uh, if you wanted, I recently had to add some stuff like this build that we have coming out soon has it has animated combat,
Oh,
so not just stats.
okay.
So with
That's a
that,
whole other level.
yes, but I built the puppetry and everything and all the assets and scripted everything out. Uh, and it took me less time than it did to make that damn logo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just because it's a different mental space, right?
Mindset.
Like I don't know. Yeah, and if you guys want to see it, I think it's at rollgame grolgame.com. I think we
Okay.
have another build coming out very soon. I have to talk to my buddy CJ. But yeah, man, we've done a lot of stuff. I tend to stay very busy. Um, I'm multidisciplined, so I like finding new mediums and going with that. Um, I don't know. I just really like it.
It's
I
definitely a very cool thing to get into, and I will have to check that out. I haven't played that yet.
Yeah, yeah, and I just like I like all the I don't know, I like everything. I just like anything that I can distract myself with and build a skill and you know
Yeah.
yeah.
I got Becky chiming in the chat. She says she's got one of your old Ankh shirts somewhere.
She does. I remember this. She had done a business for a little bit, I believe, where she wore business shirts as like a side hustle for a little bit. So
Nice.
she probably still has the shirt that I gave her to be like, all right, we're gonna get all the monies. Yeah,
Now,
branding is a pretty important part of this. So
oh, that's just it too. Is I don't think people some people do, but there are others that don't really understand how to brand themselves. And you do a little bit of everything when it comes to art, from
yeah,
custom caricatures to the artwork with the games to random sketches in the moon. It looks like
in the moon,
we've
it's
had
moon
you
monster
do
skeksis.
we've had you do quite a bit of stuff for us just to kind of
Yeah, you did.
show off some more of your work. Many
Oh,
a moon ago, we had a photo op. Not, I don't mean we like I had one, but Sid Haig had a photo op at Spooky Empire.
oh yeah.
And
Rest in peace, man.
yes, very, very much so. Rest in peace. And you did this, and I'm going to show this real quick here. This badass Captain Spaulding chicken
I
bucket
did.
for us
I
for the
did.
photo op.
Thank you, JD, for asking for that. That was hilarious. So as you know, Sid Haig was Captain Spaulding in Devil's Rejects, and what was the other one? What was
The
the other
House of a
zombie
Thousand
film? There you go.
Corpses.
That's what it was. I love that character. He was amazing, and what a great guy.
Yes.
So JD had called me because he was doing some of the makeup stuff, right?
Yes. He
For
did Sid's makeup for a photo op at Spooky Empire.
yeah, yeah, there you go. And he called and hey man, can you do this really quick? And I was excited to try it out because one, JD's my buddy, and two, said, hey man, that's fucking cool. So I I I got to break out some of the stuff that I had learned from some like prop stuff that I had built years ago, and it was hilarious. JD I'm sure JD has some things to discuss about
Oh, the bucket, the
how
chicken.
about how rough that was. Fucking chicken. All right, so uh, there was this character that he plays in Captain Spaulding, and he has like this like chicken brand in the thing, like it's like scary gas station chicken, but worse because he'll probably kill you if you come to get it.
Or it could have been
Um,
people. I mean, you don't know.
it could have been. It's probably hands. I don't know. This sort of left it open, and I'd be disappointed if it was chicken. So what happened is I I drew this thing and I was pretty happy with it, but I was most excited because JD was like, "Hey, it's supposed to have like chicken in it, and we would like this to be something that he can carry around and use for the photo op. Like this is gonna be great." So I took some of like that great stuff expanding foam,
Oh.
like the get like a big can and you're supposed to use it to like fix insulation stuff. It works really well for those who are prop minded. You know damn well where I'm going with this.
And it
It,
expands
oh yeah,
over
yeah.
time.
You spray a little bit. The thing is that it requires time, and I did this like 2 hours before I had to leave town. So like I just sort of gave it to him, and it looked really cool when I did it. It looked like fried chicken and everything, and I was like, "This is the best thing I've ever done." I was really proud.
It was awesome.
JD had to do surgery on this thing because it didn't stop expanding.
No, it
So
continued to expand for a little while.
yeah, and I had sealed it in there, so like the top busted out, the bottom was starting to push out. I'm like, this is bad. I'm sorry. I have ruined everything.
You did not.
I'm so sorry. Well, not because JD knew to like I had to do surgery. Like he had to like relieve pressure and like cut things out and like open it and like remove some of the foam, and like that's why most every picture that you will see posted by the people who took the photo op that year have Sid holding a closed bucket holding a piece of chicken over it,
Yes.
which I find hilarious and painful, but because I didn't really think about that. I was like, oh right,
Whoops.
my excitement sort of took away the fact that I forgot that it expands over time. Of course it does. That's what it's for. It's supposed to fill holes in insulation, not just fill a bucket and it'll stay in the bucket. It definitely didn't.
Do you
It
still
was
have the
amazing.
bucket?
I do. It's in my
Yay.
closet up top
That makes
because
me so happy.
even after I got it back, it still continued swelling.
Oh my
So
God, no, it didn't. Did it really?
yeah, I had to I had to cut the bottom out of it, I think. Or no, whichever side didn't have Sid's signature.
Oh, that's right. We
Uh,
got it signed.
yeah. So I got me a collectible, but
Yay.
yeah, that was awesome. And shortly after, he decided to go hassle people in some other parallel universe. So
He left us, unfortunately.
it's
But that was
okay.
a
I will say
good
my
piece and a great story.
yeah, thank you. That was it was a bizarre experience for sure. I remember I stopped paying attention to my phone briefly, and I had like 40 frantic messages from JD going like, "What happened? You broke everything!" Like, "Oh my God, it's still going. Should I cut this? Do you think it's gonna stop?" Like, "Yeah, it'll stop." "Are you sure? Because it's like twice as big now. Are you sure?"
Oh, I
Yeah,
remember. He was like, I don't know what to do with this thing. It just won't
yeah,
stop
yeah.
growing. And I'm like, meanwhile, I'm
The
over
Sid,
here just like, I don't know what to tell you.
the Sid will be here in about 30 minutes, and this thing looks like a small, like a small pumpkin now. Like, I'm sorry.
He's
You're
now
welcome.
selling
I'm sorry.
pumpkins instead of chicken.
Yeah. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's Captain Spaulding with Lucky Pumpkins.
It is. Now, you've also
Mhm.
done some
And
other
dancing.
work, too.
Mhm.
On top of the amazing Captain Spaulding piece, you also did some work for the Devereaux Theater.
I, I, I did actually. That's actually what's funny is the Devereaux Theater is actually a friend of mine's in-home theater, so it's sort of a catch on that. But it's also one of my more popular prints now.
It's
I was never
very
too good.
mystery science theater. Not to cut you off, I apologize.
Yes,
It's
very much
very,
so.
very mystery science theater in that picture, in that drawing.
Yeah. The idea that the client brought to me was the sorry, I was reading chat because
That's okay.
everything just like scrolled by. Like, oh God, okay. um, yeah. So I have to look up because my picture's up here and
That's okay. Look up.
I can't get close enough to see this thing.
Look where you gotta look.
Yeah, so that was from a friend of mine at a place that I worked named Jordan Devereaux, and he and his wife were building a little theater in their home. You know, they're like definitely movie buffs,
Oh,
and they had contacted me to be like, hey, can you kind of design one of those like marquee / movie photos or
yeah.
movie posters, and just go over some of the process with you because this is probably pretty important for those who have questions about this whole thing. You know, we sat down and we figured out what are your favorite characters. We went over price ranges and different materials. That's actually solid graphite. So that poster is 2 feet by 3 feet tall,
Oh
and it
wow.
was done with basically graphite powder and various different pencils. A lot of them actually are mechanical pencil. So there's quite a bit of that. It took months. I way undercharged, but I got a lot of the money back by just I negotiated with the guy because I was like, look, this is going to take some more time. I'm not going to charge you more, but it's going to take a lot more time than I initially estimated because I figured.
That's a lot of detail in that piece.
Yeah, it just goes fast. Well, I screwed myself over because up in the top left corner is a xenomorph from Alien franchise. You know, the whole Ridley Scott deal.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite characters. So I started with that. You know, basically I ate my dessert first. The problem was I didn't think about the fact that I had to make everything match that level of finish. So if you look at it, I went to town on that thing. I spent like a week and a half just like digging into the corner and really making this thing has some really, really deep blacks and some nice big smooth gradients, and it was just a blast, right? And then I was like, well, now I got to do the T-Rex that's underneath them. I was like, I can't just sketch it in.
Yeah, I can't phone it in on that one.
Yes. I used up my entire time estimate on that top left corner. And I was like, oh my God, I screwed up badly. So I talked to him like the next day at work. I was like, hey man, you're gonna love and hate me for this. You're gonna get a hell of a deal. Let me talk about the deal that you were about to get. However, you are not getting this anywhere near when you thought you were. So it's gonna be like 6 months. I mean, it ended up being like 3 months, but that's definitely probably my longest piece. That took so much time.
It's beautiful. All the detail in it.
Yeah, right. I mean, I like it a lot. It has a pretty varied group of people there. You got
Pizza the Hut.
You got Pizza the Hut. You got Sloth. You got Thanos and Mike Myers and the Xenomorph and the T-Rex from Jurassic Park. You got Pennywise from It. You got Egon and can't see the rest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you name it, it's there. I see Groot. Yeah, a lot of things. Oh, Dark Helmet, I think it is.
Yes.
And then there's the Spawn and the people in the front are the Mystery Science Theater the silhouettes. So.
Yeah. Now, do you sell that as a print?
I do. Most of the time, I cut off the bottom of it to make it a 2 foot by 2 foot piece.
Oh, okay.
So it's just a large square, which, as JD will tell you, I hate to keep including these things. Oh, and also Pete would tell you this, and probably Becky. Previously I didn't think at all about normal sizing for frames.
Yes, I can attest to this because we have many of your pieces in sizes that they do not make frames for. Steve, I love them all, but for God's sake, man.
Yeah, I figured I had a problem whenever one of the people that I sold to at MegaCon years ago was like, all right, well, I really want this print. I'm like, okay. And how big is this? And I was like, well, it's 2 foot by 2 foot. And he stopped and he pointed at my display because it was like the final day of the show.
Yeah.
And I had the print up in a frame on my thing because it looked cool, right? And he was like, how much for that exactly? He was like, oh, the frame is, wait, what? He was like, I want that in the frame.
Oh.
Okay. So he took my frame. I don't remember where I bought it. so like even the one on my wall doesn't have a frame. It's just like pinned into the wall. Like, I can't afford to bring my own stuff. What are you talking about?
You
That being
should
said,
though.
well, I have framed some of the originals. The Prince, uh, I know that Jordan has he got his framed for the 3x2, which is fortunate because that's just a movie poster size, so that's not uncommon.
Okay.
Kind of lucked into that one. Didn't apply that to any other point in my life, but yeah, it's fine. Um, yeah, I will one day figure out what these common frames are and how to do that. And until then, I expect to pay what I'm worth, and then maybe put your local frame person through college.
Yeah,
It's fine.
right.
They'll pay all their bills. It's fine.
For their tuition, it's okay. Or
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, if it's a a smaller size, you can get a size that's a little bit bigger, and you can do a little
Yes.
background and stuff like that. And like we've got,
Yes.
I have another one that's a funky size that I've actually got right here just to show the folks at home. Now, you do some amazing characters aside from the ones that everyone knows. So just to kind of show you
Huh?
guys, this is another piece that we have that Steve has done.
Oh,
And
that's the that, that is very tiny, but that is all right. So very similar to what I'm doing right now. This is the way that I think when my brain's stuck. So I love creating and just doodling things. So one of the things that I do at like let's say conventions. Don't you retract messages, Hell Radio Olives, Hell Radio Lives?
you just got called out.
Yeah.
Keep the
No
messages in
censoring.
there.
No self-censoring. You could unless it was something mean about me, in which case please retract it.
Refrain.
My ego is very fragile.
It's for Jim.
Yeah, fragile. Must be.
It's got to be Italian.
What was I thinking? What was I saying?
You were talking about
Who are you
how
people?
at conventions a lot of the times you just sit and you kind of doodle.
Oh yeah, and actually the last time that we had MegaCon, we did this thing that I used to do growing up and with friends and everything, and I learned years ago that it's something called, I want to say, exquisite corpse. That's what it was.
Okay.
And basically, what happens is the way that it was originally set up is I draw a little bit, you draw a little bit, I draw a little bit, you draw a little bit.
Okay.
But at conventions, what I like to do, primarily with kids, because man, they're absolutely inundated with so many people telling them that you can't make money and creativity isn't important, and like you need to, like you need to choose something from college, and you can. I'm not against a academic career or education. I'm just saying
Yeah.
do what do what makes your heart beat. You kind of gotta be bold about it. Anyway, the thing is that I'll have people come up and like do little shapes, and then I call it the 10 game. So at the conventions, it's typically $10 for 10 minutes. It's kind of the same as since that year my rate at conventions was like 120 an hour. So for 10 minutes of my time, I can't do math. So with this $20 for 10 minutes, there you go.
Okay.
So instead, it's basically they put $10 in and I put $10 in, basically half off, right?
Okay.
But the idea is that they have to scribble for a little bit to give me something to work off of. So they will draw
okay.
they'll draw little shapes, and I'll stop and I'll just spin it when it's my turn, and I'll try to find a picture and I'll draw that. If you want to see examples of it, they're on my Instagram still. There was this kid named Owen who actually came by 6 times.
Oh
His
wow.
dad brought him by. Yeah, he loved it. When he first came by, he didn't really talk. It was it was a bit surreal, but apparently he wasn't big on talking.
Okay.
And then we drew like Wolverine together. And his dad told me that Wolverine was one of his favorite things. And he came back later, and we drew the Hulk, and all this other stuff. So it was really awesome just watching him come out of his shell. But I had so many conversations with a bunch of different people of different ages and different skill sets, and
Yeah.
other artists even who were, they were nervous, man. They were seeking some sort of like social validation or to play,
Yeah.
because that's what we all want, right? Is just to ultimately play and to have fun and feel connected to something. So that's what I like the game for. The only reason that I even mention it is because it's such a great ideation game that I still do it to this day with just random people. But like with this, um, I could just sit here and like draw a shape here, which actually, fuck it, I'll do that,
Okay.
and I can turn it into something later. Like yeah,
Okay.
and it's just a game to like try to figure out
What to put in that shape.
yes, and how to unlock certain creative issues because you'll as an artist or as anyone really, the more that you mess around with something, the more likely is you're going to get into a slump, into a pattern,
Right.
and you're going to draw the same thing you did yesterday because it's comfortable, it's easy.
It's muscle memory.
But yes, and sometimes when you're drawing, it's just meant, or when you're doing anything, it's for comfort, not for creating. You're trying to get out of your head or into your body somehow. If you're trying to just do something, it's a zen place to be.
Yeah.
So the idea is, if you do this right, you might be able to, if you play this game with yourself and you just draw little shapes and little doodles, spinning around and like squint and turn your head and like try to imagine like a distorted shape and the structures and everything and build off of that. And you'll find a style in that. You'll find what your actual language is, what you're trying to build. So, so I don't know. I always thought it was pretty awesome.
That's definitely a different way to spin your perspective and to kind of get you out of that
Yeah,
out of a particular zone or headspace, like you were saying.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's
It helps a
awesome.
lot with like creativity and just problem solving because it's sort of like well, it's it's a shape awareness game. It's something that'll definitely teach you how to create something out of what's not there. You know, and
Yeah.
and to be comfortable with it and learn to play fast. So that that helped out very recently. I had a client that hired me to come out to one of these. They had like a private dinner, right?
Okay.
And we had to do. I was the blacklight performer, which sounds like I danced in any way, which I did not.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Are you
Ooh.
sure you didn't?
Mm.
There was no dancing at all?
There was some, but not
Ha. That's not why you were
not
really hired, though.
no, not to put myself to college dancing either. This was like me bouncing my head trying to feel this rhythm sort of thing. But anyway, there was a DJ and we had like a big wall and I just had some blacklight sensitive paint and they didn't tell me what to do.
Oh,
So it was sort of, oh, hey Mike, thank you. Oh, actually, this person says, "What's my favorite medium?"
yes.
I'll get to that here in a moment. Okay.
Okay.
Um, yeah, there was so much there. But what I did is I just started moving things around and like trying to see how things felt, or
Okay.
and the shape thing helped because I had so much training that with that to be comfortable with I didn't have a sketch. I just sort of went directly into the wall and like moved around a lot and
Okay.
I was comfortable knowing that I could find whatever I started. You know,
Yeah,
I really think a lot of it is a confidence game, and with that, it's time. You know,
I do.
um,
Well, I
time.
saw it on your Facebook page. I don't know. Did you post it to your Instagram, the finished piece?
I believe I did.
It's it's really
Yeah.
cool, especially with the black light paint, of course, makes it pop. And anything,
Oh, for sure.
it's always unique when you see something that's not your standard, black and white. So it
Yeah.
it really is awesome piece.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, it was I had so much fun, and I don't know. It really made me happy seeing how being playful and like joking around and everything. I mean, it definitely was a performance still, but I don't know. It was really great. Let's see. My favorite medium.
Yes.
Uh, I'm like I said, I'm really digging anything that lets me get an idea out fast without having the excuse of I got to go be near my canvas or something. One of the things that I would love to get back into would be oil paint. Uh,
Ooh.
it just takes so much time and it's really difficult for me to deal with it.
Gotcha.
My favorite currently is once again these cheapo little pens. Um, I just like doing really fast hatching with it, and I'm not worried about if I damage something because it's this thing has four colors in it and it costs $2. I don't
Boom.
care what happens to this thing. Oh no, oh no, I lost it. I was like, I'll buy another one. It's fine.
It's okay, I
But
promise.
yeah, versus somewhere in my studio, I have this fountain pen that's we got off of a thing once upon a time, and it's supposed to be like, oh, there's a $120 pen. I'm afraid to even touch that thing.
I don't
You know,
blame you. I wouldn't
like
want to use it either. I would break it.
like I'm gonna break something. I don't want to touch that. I'm all right. Sell it back. It's fine. Happy birthday to me, but put it back. I don't know.
Now,
Um,
I do have another question coming in from the chat asking,
yeah, you're right.
do you do any type of sequential art or panel style?
Yes, I've actually done that for several things. Um, I've done storyboarding before. One of my favorite things to do is I used to have a comic idea that I wanted to do. I had some of the things set up for it, but I never finished it. Um,
Okay.
let's see. Uh, when I was about, oh shit, here we go.
Story time.
Yeah, when I was about 16, uh, many moons ago, long ago, in a small town outside of South Carolina called Beaufort. I don't know why I went that way, but yeah. Um, I feel I feel silly because I'm recognizing everyone's name as I go by, but man, I haven't seen these people in a while.
Well, welcome to everyone that's just jumping in with
Stupid,
us.
stupid COVID. Anyway, so my I was working. I had just got my first job at a a design firm, a web development firm back when I was 17. Um,
Nice.
and I had met the owner through when I worked at Publix up in South Carolina. Right, I was a cashier
Okay.
because counting somehow was something I did at that point. I don't really know what I was thinking. Anyway, so these people I befriended because at times I suffer from an excess of personality or I'm likely to break into that voice for some reason. Um, he hired me as a programmer when I probably didn't have that much of a good. There you go. That's what it was. Um, yeah. Um, anyway, I what was I saying this? Oh yeah, because
Panel
sorry,
art.
ADD man, ADD.
I'm here to bring you
manage
back. I'm here to bring you
thank
back.
you.
We're talking
Good
about
Lord.
panel art.
Yes, yeah, sequential art. I actually had a web comic, which swear to God, if you assholes go on archive and find this thing, I will punch you in the throat.
Somebody find it.
Oh,
Send
God.
it to me.
Anyway, it was at stevecomic.com, and I should have kept that domain. I have no idea, but it had it was essentially the stories of me and my buddy Elliot at the time because we were living together.
Okay.
A bunch of just like diary style comics in the same vein as like Drew Wang and a couple of the others that have come out of Savannah College of Art in design that I felt so much admiration for. Man, I just love comics. But I like I I don't know. That's why I like illustration because I like stories.
Okay.
You know, I like making a story. So when I'm working on things, I want to have some sort of a narrative going on. I don't want something just existing for no reason.
Right.
I try to think past what this is. This thing may not really apply because they're just random crap sticking out of the moon, but it's fine. But most of the time, if I'm doing a character design and you're not going to find them without something that would be practical for what they're supposed to be doing, or for that personality type, or like hinting at a piece of a personality that, or a part of their story that maybe you don't see immediately.
Yeah.
So I really like that. I like stories. Maybe that's what it is. I think I'm more of a storyteller than an artisty type.
I mean, they kind of go hand in hand, though, don't they?
I mean, you're not wrong. It's a, it's just I've seen a lot of people who are very artsy that I love their technique, I love their skill, but I don't like there's no story, so I can't follow it.
Yeah.
I definitely admire them, but the purpose behind my art is typically to tell a story. So you would think I'd be more into sequential art, but I think also I just lost. I think I witnessed so many people who were absolutely incredible at sequential art that I got overwhelmed by it, and I was like, well, I'll never learn this. Like, man, I gotta learn how to write too. That sucks.
Do all the things. You have to do all the things.
All the stuff. All of them.
Now, you've done a lot of really fun stuff. You've done a lot of murals. You've done stuff for like coffee houses, like
Yes.
little like wall signages, little things like that. You've done
Yes.
commission pieces for us. You did our wedding invitations.
Yeah, I did. That was great.
They came out. So I'm going to show you guys because I couldn't resist,
yeah.
and the husband like ran in and threw it at me, literally.
Of course he did.
So we got married in 2019 before the plague hit, as I'm dubbing COVID at this point. And Steve worked with us and dealt with our shenanigans and created these awesome, whoops, let me move that there, wedding invitations for us. So we were like vintage Halloween themes. We did it like a movie ticket. So for your RSVP, you would tear the ticket off and send it back. And then our buddy Pete, who is actually hanging around down in the chat, printed them for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if
powers
you
combined.
exactly created our awesome wedding invitation. So if you're looking for something unique, definitely.
It doesn't involve text because that was hard. so if you want the drawings on it but not text, you let me know.
Yeah,
Or
the
I had to
text
ask
was a
Pete
little
so many
tricky.
questions. I was like, "Could you tell me if this looks okay? I don't understand."
I don't
Words are
know how
hard.
to put the words in the thing, but it was awesome. And somebody was joking, or I'm assuming they were joking earlier in the chat. They asked if you would paint in blood, and if they could supply their own, or if you would supply it. To which I mean, we have blood that you could use if you wanted, and we make our own blood. So you're welcome to buy some blood from us and give it to Steve, and I'm sure Steve could make something weird.
Let me scroll. Let me see who suggested I paint in blood because.
This was way, 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 way back. I think.
Oh, okay.
Not sure
That's
if
fine.
I can
I'm
find
not worried
it,
about it.
but it's been a minute. So yes, Steve could bust out a theoretical blood painting. Oh, the spiffiest
Man,
is
I missed so much.
who asked
Oh, for that
about
person? Yeah, sure.
it. Spiffiest was like
Hey.
blood drawing. Why not?
Hey, thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Hey, Robin. Oh my God, Robin's in here.
Yeah.
John's in here. What?
It's
JD's in here.
It's like a family reunion happening in our
this
live
is
chat
awesome,
right
man.
now.
I really appreciate the fact that you're able to bring all this together, Erica. Thank you.
I
Or
appreciate,
dead girl.
dude.
Dead girl. Sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry.
It's
These are
fine.
pseudonyms. Pseudonyms.
I appreciate you coming on and sharing your perspective of how you work, and of course doing this awesome drawing that has morphed into this. I love him so much.
Yeah, I don't know what this is anymore. It's fine.
It's awesome. It doesn't matter. It looks fantastic. Lending your skills to the show to entertain us as we chit chat this evening.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, this is what I've done my entire life to help me with anxiety. So.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a coping mechanism. My secrets have been revealed, and now my anxiety's kicking in because I realized I just told everyone my secret.
It's okay. It's okay. I get the spiffiest just came back. So Steve agreed to do some blood drawings, and I.
Oh yeah, why not?
My husband and I do make our own blood. Just saying.
Oh my God.
We got some. If you're looking for some, we got you.
Yeah, I'd rather use that. I as you can see, I do have red ink. I don't want to send me blood. I don't want to do that because send it blood. Can you hear me? Does that sound
No,
weird?
I could not. It just
Okay.
you got quieter and quieter, and then I heard nothing.
Oh, good. Okay.
So
That's probably for the
send
best.
me fake blood, real
Send
stuff.
real blood to the address that they specify, which would be their own home, not my house.
Not my house. I don't want to get caught in that mess.
Yeah.
I don't want all
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
questions. Whose blood did this? Where did it come from? I don't need
Yeah.
all that hassle. That's too much.
Yeah. So don't send any information. Just send it.
A bottle of blood,
Yes.
and we're good to
Yeah.
go.
Just as much as you can get from the single source, preferably vintage. Um,
Virgin blood is the best, I
yeah.
hear.
Yeah. Virgin blood. It's gonna be hard to find because we're all hoeing.
At this point, we're all hoeing.
We're all hoeing. It happens.
So at this point, everybody is all hoeing. So we've got quite a few people watching. Everybody if you have not said anything, say something in the chat. Let us know that you're here because Steve is going to be giving away some art, and we need to know that you're here so that you can be eligible. If you're quiet, then you're getting nothing.
Shit. Oh, all right. So I have slowly figured this out. So the spiffiest is Russ. I know that one.
Ah.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good gig there, man. That's pretty cool. Oh man.
It is a great occupation for the apocalypse is blood art.
Yes.
It could be a Rick and Morty episode with blood art.
Yes. Oh, geez, Rick. I don't know about the blood art. I can't do the voice at all, but
Dennis is
we recorded it forever just in case. Ah, that's my brother. What's up, Dennis? Yeah, they don't just give out that last name. They're like, oh, well, you got to sign up with that name.
I mean, you got to prove that you're nothing.
Yeah. How large is your head? Good enough.
Did they measure it? Does it have to be like so big?
That's large hat size. That's not going to work. That's not custom hat size. I see here that Robin has asked, how do I keep from smudging this?
Yes.
Okay, that's actually something really cool. I have learned that this pen, for some reason, this stupid pen right here, whichever camera you want, it dries really fast.
Oh.
Like really fast. So I don't even need to worry about it.
Like
sometimes it gets the little clumpy things on the back of it. Sometimes it get little clumpy bits that you got to like wipe off. But that's a lot better than normal. Normally, if I use graphite, I look like I'm like a coal miner or something. When I'm done. And it doesn't matter the size of the piece. If it's huge or small, if I'm writing my name, I have become smudge.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a hassle, but it's fine.
Now, we were talking before that you are open for commissions and they can reach you through your Instagram, which is Steve Nedley Art, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's primarily what I check because I'm currently avoiding work, and I'm just kidding, Pete. It's done. I'm just kidding. I'm working on it. Oh shit, and Dawn's there too. Hey, Dawn.
It's done. Don't worry about it. Work's done. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Work's already being done. It's fine. I'm kidding about
distractions. Just saying.
Yeah. No distractions here.
What's your normal turnaround time? Like, do you usually get back in a couple of days, or is it?
Yeah, I will respond in typically a day or so.
Okay.
When it comes to lately, for those in the know, I'm not getting into it, but for those in the know, my life has been really chaotic lately. So I had tried to tell a lot of the people that I'm just so. I want to add this really quick. I could do a mural on the shipping container, Robin. I'm already signed up for that. You know that.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, they have cool stuff. And a mural on a shipping container. That's so exciting. So, I am so lucky that a lot of the people that I have met through through the other people who are with Spooky, right? They have been some of the most patient, kind, and understanding people that I've ever had to deal with client-wise.
Yay!
Because seriously, thank you, thanks to all you guys that I'm referring to. But I had picked up I had picked up several clients, and I had I had spoken really quickly about like, my turnaround time would be a couple of weeks, blah blah blah. If we do this,
Yeah.
based on everything that I had going on in my life, I didn't think about the fact that if they all say yes, um,
It may not
that
take a
time
couple of
shifts.
weeks. It may
Yeah,
take a
yeah, no,
little bit
no, that
longer.
yeah, that adds up. And so far, everyone's been really understanding and really nice about the whole thing. Just I felt so bad, man. Like I was like, I did it again. I screwed up. I shouldn't have a business. My bad.
You
Here's
should
your
totally
deposit.
have
My
a
bad.
business. You're completely worth the time and the money and the investment. And
Well, thank you.
I encourage anyone who is watching and who may, rewatch this on the replay later to reach out to
Replays.
Steve replays and
Replay.
get support a living local artist. The dead ones are dead. They don't need your money. The living ones do. So,
Yeah.
just saying.
And send blood.
And send
That's what we're doing, right?
Artwork is now the
Blood.
cost of blood is now the price to pay for artwork.
Yes.
It's becoming a thing on my show.
It will help with my rituals.
I don't know how. We in my household have so many Steve originals in various shapes and sizes to the point where I wrote them all down and it was like 3 pages in a notebook, and my husband and I sat and looked at each other and went, well, I don't know how this is going to work. Just because of sizing and differences. And
Yes.
now you in the past have done some art shows. Are you going to be doing any? I know things are starting, at least here in Florida. People are venturing out and everybody's getting like their shots and all that fun stuff. So are you going to be doing any kind of art shows or anything like that coming up soon?
Yes, actually, I will be attending Spooky.
Wait,
Yes.
when?
I'm not a hold on. I'm not a vendor, so
Okay.
I was gonna, but
Are you coming? Are you coming with us?
would like to.
Okay.
I mean,
Done.
I
Come
was
with us.
hoping to talk about it. All right, cool. So the spooky thing is coming up in like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that.
April 30th through May 1st at the Wyndham on iDrive here in Orlando.
That's hilarious. This is gonna be like
Plug.
yeah. Well, I go to that, and then I got to go to my mural thing the next day. That's gonna be fantastic. Be a rough weekend, but yeah, to answer your question, Brian, and our Paget, yeah,
Reg.
yes. Oh, Reg. Okay, cool. I like that name.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. So I'll be at Spooky. I would love to meet people, so just come up and say hi. And
Steve is not hard to miss, by the way.
yeah,
Steve's
don't let the name fool you. I'm quite large.
Steve
So-
is our Viking looking friend. And if you say to him, if you just walk by and go, Steve, he responds immediately.
Yes, with a hug, typically.
Yes.
Maybe not now, but
In the future,
sometimes.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how that works. Some of y'all are scary.
Distance hugging.
Yes. Like this.
Exactly. Like the air
Like that.
hugs.
Yeah.
The elbow dabs, the foot touches, the chaotic waving.
Yeah, that sounds great. What the hell I drew. So, yeah. But yes, I will be there. There's another art convention coming up. Milk Mart, which is a local thing in Orlando. Yeah, make fun of us all you want, but we got a Milk Mart.
Wait, a what?
I'll be-
A Milk Mart?
Yeah, there's a place called Milk Mart, which is be down on, it's that area of like 50 and 1792 in Orlando. But
Okay.
I'll be basically like a local vendor thing.
Oh,
I should have.
cool.
I plan on what I want to do if I can find some time, which is doubtful because I screwed myself up and got so many people on my list. But please add more to my list. I'm all right with that. I like paying my landlord. So he likes it too. But I plan on making a custom thing to actually do that 10 game.
Oh, cool.
Because I want it to have like a big spinning thing on like a Lazy Susan and like blinky lights and stuff, and like
Ooh, fancy.
like buttons you can hit to like stop it and show it's a dreadlock to deadlock. No, Russ.
Now we
Oh, yeah.
do have a question, some advice
Yes.
from you.
Yeah,
So Keaton
What do
is
you got?
saying that he's currently having to redraw again. He messed up his drawing hand and lost some fingers. Oh my goodness, dude,
Okay.
so sorry. Fingers and knuckles, had to take 2 years off of drawing, but now
Wow.
slowly starting to get back into it. And he's progressing. So do you have any kind of advice for him that might help him get back in that saddle, man?
I do. Before I answer, which hand did you get screwed up, man? Uh, you can just answer, and I'll continue you talking. I don't see it. All right. Technically, I feel that what you are training when you do a lot of art stuff is not necessarily your hand, but your brain.
He said his right hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I was gonna make a joke about it being all right if it was a left one, but um, it's not too soon, man. But seriously, what you can do is art is training your brain, not your hand, right? And so my recommendation would be just start small and just start practicing practice shapes and shading.
Okay.
It'll help you understand things. And matter of fact, if you end up coming, just add me on Instagram, message me, and I'll work with you on it. And same for you, Paget. I'll
Reg.
I'll
So
I
Steve Nedley
I'll
art.
help you get back into it. Mhm. The so here's the thing. If you are trying to get to the point where you have this as a career, it may take some time. If you want to get to the point where you are happy with something that you are creating, I can probably get you there in a couple of weeks of just helping, because it's all it takes is, I mean, nobody knows what it takes to ignite your passion. Um,
Okay.
but I also know that it's never too late to start. Back in my early 20s, I had stopped drawing for a couple of years. I got frustrated. I had a really frustrating point.
Just take a break.
Yeah. And it's something that the issue that I had was I saw it as a way to make money,
Okay.
which is a very good way to ruin a passion. Um, what do I do when I come home from a particularly difficult thing that I worked on with, let's say, for instance, 2 Fridays ago, when I came back from the first night of that event that I did all the blacklight painting for,
Ah.
which was exhausting. I mean, it was a lot of work. It was just like 2.5 hours, 3 hours of me standing in front of this thing, not being a small person, gesturing and waving my arms around and pretending like I have rhythm and all other crap, and just like slapping paint on the wall and trying to make it look like a giant dragon. It was exhausting, right? So I came home, and they had paid me and everything was great. And what did I do? I sat down and I started drawing, because it's what I like. It's what I do anyway, and that's the passion that it takes to turn it into something. And like I said, I lucked into mine.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, here. Yeah, I got you, Keaton. Send me an email, steve@stevenedley.com. Okay. You may only have YouTube, but you can also follow me on YouTube if you click my name from the chat. This one. Hi, E10. I am good at typing with my finger. There you go. Yeah, follow that. Just send me a message on that then, and I will happily help you out.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can't guarantee that I'm gonna teach you anything, but it's not about, I mean, like you said, if this person doesn't want to make any money off of it or just learn some things,
For personal.
man, yeah, shit. I mean, I'll log on when I'm drawing, and you can come watch my channel, and we'll just hang out and draw together. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So
And I
make
can
sure
pretend to be all Bob Ross, and you can be like, whoa,
you could be a different version of Bob Ross.
yeah. I'll give unsolicited life advice, and
Definitely make
Be
sure
good.
that you're following Steve on YouTube. You're on Twitch too, aren't you?
I am sometimes. I'm not very good at it.
Okay. Are you more on
I
YouTube than you are on Twitch?
Yes, but don't call me a moron, please.
I did
Because
not. What? I would never.
moron YouTube. Yeah.
Moron.
Anyway, yeah, that wasn't very good. Thank you. Yeah, so
I'm slow. I
I'm
got you.
on. It's all right. I had a soda before I came on this thing, so my ADD's going bonkers right now.
That's okay. So you're more on
Yeah.
YouTube than you are on Twitch.
Yes.
Okay.
Only because the system requirements for which, I don't like not being able to see my detail because that's what I focus on.
Gotcha.
So it bothered me. But I plan on getting back into it very, very soon. So, I was never affiliated, so it's not like I'm losing anything. It's just, I didn't necessarily, well, that, and I had a couple clients I had to sign an NDA for.
Yeah.
Like I used to just sign on to Twitch and just work on my freelance stuff, but
You
with
kind of
NDA,
can't
you
do
really
that.
can't do that.
That's a little bit of a no-no when you
Yeah.
sign those things. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
really share that until, after the fact, or even if they give
Yeah,
you
yeah.
the okay to.
Yep. Yep. That's the way that goes. So I can't share this on my social media. Yes. How about Twitch? And then they get the next person. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I guess I'm not doing that. That's fine. Oh, and I almost missed it. Don said, I'm glad you like it, Jake. Thank you, buddy. Jake's a good friend of mine, too.
Nice.
He's a good kid. Smart kid. I like him.
Your drawing is coming out fantastic, by the way.
Thanks. I have no idea what I'm doing now.
It doesn't matter. It's looking amazing. You've got your Skeksis head. You've got this awesome skeleton face that came out that you started with a box.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I gave the perimeter, and now you'll see that you can't even see the little marks that I did because they were all pulled into the construction shape.
Now, you've done some little, I don't know what to call them. You did a drawing tutorial for, was it Orlando City Soccer?
Yes, they had a special once again through. I was contacted through my friend Bob Kodzis. Again, that dude was just an amazing connection to make. That dude's fantastic. Essentially, what it was is, it may be no real surprise for those who hear how I'm talking that I really love working with some more innocent things like things for kids and things that really help out.
Yeah.
I saw a side note here really quick, which will just be a little too heavy for a minute. I'm acknowledging that ahead of time.
Okay.
I saw something earlier, like a couple of years ago, and it said, let's skip the whole story because we don't have the time for that. But it said, "Be who you needed when you were younger."
Oh.
And one of the things that one of the things that I liked or could have used when I was a kid was someone who would have played with me when it came to like art. Someone who would have like inspired me or been sort of a wholesome influence there. And I thought it was a stupid quote initially because I was like, that's one of those feel good things that like not very practical, but it makes a good Instagram post, and you put on a
T-shirt
background with a boom. Yeah. You put on a background and this fancy handwritten font, and you'll get about 6 more likes, and you have to go to yoga in the morning, which is cool. I like yoga.
Yeah.
But I tried that out. I know that sounds weird, but like I wanted to see what that meant because for the longest time I didn't really feel like I had a purpose or anything I could do to really contribute. And honestly, based on how angry I was, I really didn't care if I contributed. Because when you're young, the world's all about you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Now that I'm old, it's still about me. But it's just
a little bit change of a perspective.
Yeah, well, it's something that like I saw partially based on where I went to the when I did that game at MegaCon. I realized that, well, one, it was my most successful thing. Like I was stacked out on all my commissions and everything, and that was a year where almost nobody had them. But the reason that I did was because I was playing, I was being sincere with people. I was showing up, I was there, and I was present, and I was having fun. But more importantly, I was engaging with people who kids, when they're going there, they don't have anything in their pockets. They're not really going to,
They're not
they're not
going to
going to give you,
shop or anything like that
yeah,
because they don't have money. Let's face it.
yeah, yeah. But it's something to where you are sort of, you're investing in the future of this field. These kids are, if you help them stay inspired, they'll be the next wave. They'll be the ones that when you're in your retirement home, that you're watching what they make. And I don't know about you, but I want a world that's a lot more artsy later. I want something that has a little less, you know,
More
uh,
creativity in the world.
yeah, yeah, something that people just assume that these things pop up and they get rid of art classes and
Mm-hmm.
phonic and shop class and everything when you're out of schools, and everyone's being pushed into labor or
McDonald's
all the
or
yes
crappy things.
yeah or all these things that they don't necessarily fulfill you. I mean, it fulfills some people, but it may not be how you feel most connected.
Okay,
And
that's
I
fair.
kind of I don't know, man. I kind of I like how it feels to feel connected. I like whenever whenever I was a kid and I realized that this sort of I was always taller than the other kids, much larger, and it was something that I could do to distract them my from the things that I felt made me feel made me not able to participate or not blend in or
Yeah.
anything. And it became something that they would focus on that instead.
Okay.
So I lucked into it, like I said. But had I known someone who did a lot of art, and I had met a couple, and even just the tiniest amount of attention that they got would spur months or even years of effort of man, this person believes in me. But it has to be sincere. It can't just be like lip service, like, oh yeah, you can do it, Tommy. Tommy, what's your name? You know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So don't worry, Pete. I believe in you. You can do it, Peter.
Well, I don't. Well, I think that's one of the nice things about doing a convention or any event really when you get to
Mhm.
interact with kids, because kids that are drawn to artwork are going to gravitate towards artists such as yourselves, and they're going to
Right.
be in awe of the work that you create. And if you give them the opportunity, like what you do when you create like your square game, that's something that opens their eyes to, like, I could start with this simple shape
Mhm.
and it can
Yeah.
become anything I want it to be.
Yeah. And the storyline that you carry with you, your experience in your life, no matter how tragic, how screwed up, how whatever, it's what gives perspective to the world. It's the thing that your experiences they all line up to create your vision of how things are going. That's your charge. That's what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to create something with the flavor that you have, with this palette that you have based on who you are and how you're raised and what happened.
Yeah.
So just because some other artists may not have the same compulsion as me when it comes to I realized I get a lot out of talking to kids and up and coming artists and things and whatnot, because I value it. I think it's really important. Other artists may not have that. That doesn't make them any less. It just means that their perspective doesn't involve that.
Yeah.
Like there are certain artists that they're very unapproachable, but their
Yes.
art is just so inspirational. So it could just be that their charge is to be this beacon on a hill that no one can approach, and it's this standard for excellence you have to try to get to.
Yeah.
You know, just we can't shame ourselves into feeling like like our viewpoint isn't important, because it really is. I don't care how screwed up it was. I had a lot of dumb shit happen to me when I was a kid, and
I think we all kind of go through
yeah, for
some stuff
sure,
when we're younger, and that's what helps to shape us and build us into who we are or who we're to become to be.
absolutely. My only concern is that oftentimes, I know that I did it too. I see it as I saw it as a reason why people shouldn't listen to me. Man, I'm just sour. I have a lot of hate. I'm angry.
Yeah.
And your voice is important, and that's why I think it's important to find your medium. Something to do to get that out. It's writing, it's acting, it's singing in the fucking shower, it's cooking, it's doing a video cast. I can't do this. I suck at it.
You're fantastic at it. Are you kidding?
No. Like I can't run a show like this. I love what you've done with it.
Thank you.
Like JD does some incredible special effects makeup stuff. Like I can't, I mean, maybe I could try.
Like anything,
has,
you got to learn, and everybody
everyone has
finds
their
their thing that makes them happy, and that's important. We do have some more questions coming in for the chat, and then I do have one more question for you,
Yes.
and then we can do the giveaway and all that fun stuff. But
Sure.
one of our guys, Brian, is asking if he wanted
Yeah.
you to create and I love his terminology here, a whimsical drawing of horror icons.
Whimsical horror icons.
Whimsical, skipping in a meadow.
Whimsy.
I added the skipping in a meadow. I don't know if that's what he
Nope,
wants.
that's happening.
But he's asking, is that something that he would have to let you know? Like, would he have to tell you, hey, this is how I want it laid out? Would you rather come up with your own ideas if he were just to give you some of the characters that he wanted? Does it just kind of depend?
That's a great question. I would absolutely be willing to come up with my own ideas. I love character design. That's actually one of the things that I studied. One of my teachers was Steven Silver, a guy who did design some of the like Impossible game, cartoon and all the other things. He was someone who I took some classes with him once upon a time.
Oh, nice.
And I really, really love character design. So yeah, I would love to.
Awesome.
Yeah, just hit me up. I would love to work with you.
Hit him up on that Instagram, Steve Nedley Art.
That's my name. It's Crockett and Tubbs with the Ferrari Testarossa. That's insane. Now, Reg, you got to send that to me. I want to see it, bro.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go. Making friends, guys. That's what this is all about. Making friends, making connections, sharing some art, sharing with each other, sharing some love for some things, which brings me
I'm just
to...
pretending to be friendly. I'm gonna delete every email I get.
You will
That's right.
not. We all know that you will not. That is not your nature, sir.
Oh, and I see Keaton says that he messaged me. Thank you. I will happily check it out.
Yay! Now, I gotta ask you...
Run my phone over there.
You had mentioned earlier that you enjoyed Aliens. So what's your favorite
do.
what's your favorite horror movie?
Oh, actually, that's a tricky one because it's kind of in line with this, but it's not what you think. I mean, you could probably guess, but I really like creature features. I really like the old B-movie creature films.
Like Basket
So-
Case. It's kind of a creature film,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes, actually. The B movies for sure. I really like. God, what was it? I really loved Black Sheep.
So good. It's so
It
good.
was so good. And it was made by the people behind the Lord of the Rings film, so that was
Yes.
ridiculous.
Which is even
I-
better.
Do you think that Creature Features includes the movie The Thing? I
Yes.
really love John Carpenter films. so
John
yeah.
John Carpenter is amazing. I'm a huge fan of his films
too.
in general.
I actually have a mostly incomplete leg devoted to John Carpenter's films.
Yes, you do. You have
I-
the lovely They
I
Live
have-
tattoo.
I got They Live on there. It's pretty great, and I met so many cool people based on having that. It's bizarre. People will just run by and go, "They live," and like to everyone else, it's ridiculous. But I'm like, "Oh, they do." Yeah,
It's like, yes.
it was great.
Well, I think
But
I
yeah.
found it funny that not funny, but interesting that we were able to see a film with you for like the first time, and I was kind of shocked that you hadn't seen The Lost Boys up until when we saw that at a
Yeah,
drive-in
I did.
in a bar parking lot, because that's what they were doing when
Yeah.
everything was shut down. They were showing
Yeah.
movies on the wall in
Yeah,
bar.
COVID.
Like,
yeah, but you could stay in your car.
they would still
and-
serve you alcohol in your car, which I don't
Yeah.
suggest doing if you're driving, but hey,
It's fine.
I'm gonna say no to that.
It's fine.
But they were serving like popcorn and alcohol, and they were showing Lost Boys on a giant blow up,
Yeah.
and that was the first
I
time
don't
you
believe
saw
I had
that,
never
wasn't
seen
it?
it. Yeah, it was. Like I'm mildly embarrassed I had never seen it, but there were so many films that I hadn't seen.
I probably
Because,
have
like,
most of them, so if you ever want to borrow
Really?
any of them, please
They're
feel
right there.
free to hit me up and peruse our selection, because
Yeah.
I've got about 500 movies, and I think JD's got probably another just about that too. So yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm doing. We're gonna watch more movies. I like movies,
I want to do.
but
I want to start doing live showings again. We used to do that on Saturday nights
oh yeah,
on Horror Happenings on our Facebook page, and unfortunately, I changed the setting so we can't do it on Facebook. So I'm looking into doing it on YouTube
Ooh,
to stream,
that
so
sounds
that
cool.
we can do kind of like what we're doing now, where folks can pop in and out and
Mm-hmm.
watch some films. So I'm gonna figure that out, and we're gonna do that at some point.
I I wonder if it's something like we could do this, almost like kind of like riff tracks. They use, they never got the
Can we?
license to like sell the things, to like sell the actual videos,
Yes.
but they would record themselves doing the audio and just sort of hanging out watching this film, and they would only release the film of their commentary.
We could
So
totally
it
riff
kind of
tracks
sounds
it.
like, yeah, like we could just have it be something to where, like, all right, well, you should pause the film until it hits this point, and like, now hit play.
And
Three,
get
2, 1, go.
ready.
Yeah, because we're gonna say dumb shit the whole time. That's how that goes.
Well, Netflix has a bunch of the old, like, a bunch of Mystery Science Theater on it.
Oh yeah, they do.
So we kind of binge. Sometimes I'll, like, if I can't sleep, I'll put it on and I'll pass out to a really shitty movie that they're doing riff tracks over.
He's gonna get a full body tattoo of me. That's what he's gonna get. Oh, hi, Jake. It is. Hold on. Let me read Jake's comment. Y'all stop scrolling. Jake said something.
Steve's trying to
Hi,
read.
Steve,
Give
this is
him a hot
Jake.
second.
Yeah, this is hard. I like son of a bitch. Stop scrolling. I like the drawing, but it's still creepy as Sabor from Tarzan. Correct. Chernobog, Fantasia, and Hydra. Yes, that was good. Overall, you love it? Thanks, buddy. That's awesome. Thanks, man. That's my friend Jake.
Nice.
He's
From
he's
State
super
Farm?
cool. I wish. God, I could use some better insurance. No, actually, he's my friend's son, and he's absolutely incredible when it comes to like knowing stuff about Disney movies. Like a machine. It's
Nice.
amazing. So anytime like, I go over there, I'm like, tell me about movies.
And he's all
And,
over it.
Oh man, he knows so much.
That's
I
fantastic.
mean, yeah, I've had the same phone number for about 8 years now, and I still don't know it. But this man will tell you everything ever about every Disney movie ever.
Well,
It's fantastic.
I'm so happy that somebody's got that knowledge. Like, I've got a little Disney
Right?
knowledge, but I'm not that good. So awesome, Jake. That's pretty cool,
Oh,
man.
yeah, for sure.
So I figured at this point, if you like, we could go ahead and do your giveaway, and you can
sure.
pick a name. So while you do that, I'm just gonna kind of hold up some other drawings that Steve has done that we have procured. So we've got Rick and Morty that he's done. We do have a piece of the movie theater thing that you did for your friends at the Borough Theater.
Yeah.
So we have
Okay.
one of these guys. We've got.
Oh yeah, the little guy.
You've
I
got.
printed them at a very small size, and it's hilariously hard to see. You have to like do
Yes.
this. You're like, okay, he has pores.
We've got
And teeth.
this guy, who is pretty rad, by the way. We've also. I'm just.
Oh,
flipping
I know
through-
that one.
There's Steve's art
Yeah.
now. I
I
love
could-
him.
I could agree with that. Hell Radio.
He's
Hell
awesome.
Hell Ratty Olives.
Hell
Ratty
Radio.
Olives.
Hell Radio lives.
Nope, Hell Ratty Olives.
We're renaming you.
Yep, sorry.
I forgot we had this. Then we've got another zombie that Steve did. Zombie
Oh,
chef
yeah.
there. He's pretty cool. Love him.
Oh yeah, I remember that piece.
And then we
Oh,
got
and
Pickle
and-
Rick.
I love that show.
I think we all love Rick and Morty. I'm just gonna put that out there right now.
And if you don't, well, we can still be friends.
What
That's
is
all right. We'll have less to talk about. It's okay.
And then
I
we
mean,
had.
how are we gonna yell cringy things at each other?
So
Yeah,
I think I have a relic from our past.
Ooh, a relic.
I think this is the first time we officially met in person.
Is it out of the evidence bag?
It's out of the evidence bag. Are you ready for this?
I don't know. It's going to be delayed by 5 seconds, so don't expect a gasp until the thing.
So,
Go ahead.
this is
What the hell?
from an art show that Steve
Oh,
did
dear God.
at the Hammered Lamb here in Orlando, downtownish, many a moon ago.
Long ago.
We stole the flyer. It was in August.
It's so great.
We snagged
I was like,
the
oh, yes,
flyer.
you did.
Actually, I didn't.
Yeah,
The
you did.
husband did. He likes flyers when we go to things, so he
Like, yeah, JD.
likes to snag
Thanks, man.
them. So that's
I forgot those things existed.
yes. So now we
That was
we have that.
definitely a blast from the past. That was a long time ago.
That was many a moon ago. That was what, like 6 years ago, something like that. It's been a
6 or
while.
7, maybe. Yeah. It's been a
Now,
minute.
how do you want to do your giveaway, man?
Oh Lord, I don't even know.
Are we gonna eeny, meeny, miny, mo? All right, everybody, I got it.
Okay,
I
what do you
got
got?
it. I got
What are you
this.
gonna do?
Hold on, give me a second.
Mhm.
I think I got it. All
Hey
right.
Pete, you're a relic. That's what it says. I like how ratty olives. That's pretty cool.
All right, so let's do this. Everybody in the chat that's watching that is interested in winning some art from Steve.
You gonna write a number down or something?
Yep.
All right.
Pick a number
1 and 1. Go.
from 1 to, let's do 1 to 50. So type in a number from 1 to 50 in the chat. The first person that gets the number, that's your number. If you end up being a duplicate, you got to pick another one. Sorry, man. So type your number out in the chat.
Nice, JD. Nice.
No, we're doing 1 to
Nice.
50, not 1 to 69, JD. Jesus, my husband, ladies and gentlemen, I can't take him anywhere.
He goes 1 to 69 real quick.
So we got 13, 19, 27. All right, 1 to 50, guys. 1 to 50.
Yeah.
And we're
I'll
gonna
keep scribbling little
randomly
things here.
pick a winner here. All right. We got about 6 people. Throw that number. Pick a number 1 to 50.
See if I can get this to actually show.
1 to 50.
Can you see this?
Keep going. Chris, pick another number. 33 belongs to Robin. Yes, I can see that. It's amazingly fantastic. All right, 1 to 50.
So as I was saying before, while you guys figure this thing out,
There you go. Chris. Okay.
one of my favorite things is
No,
one of the
you
things
can't.
that
You
really-
can't guess more than once, guys. Only pick one number. 1. All right. So is everybody ready? I got a number generator because I'm that person.
okay.
So this is fair.
All right.
Pete says he has enough for your art. Wow,
does.
Pete. Fired. Pete is fired. All right.
Yeah, Pete has
PJ,
me,
pick
Pete,
another. PJ,
Becky
pick a
used to live
number.
together.
PJ, pick another number, hun.
Come on, PJ.
Oh wait, I lied. No, you're good. Hold on. There we go. All right. Let's generate that number, guys. Are we ready?
And for those who don't win,
Anthony's
you
chiming
can
in.
you can commission something. It's fine.
If you don't win, yes, Steve is doing commissions.
No, sure. If you got the part where I said my books don't close. but,
JD, you already picked a number. Stop putting numbers in.
shut up, JD.
Shut up, husband. All right, I love you, but shush,
Yeah,
shush,
husband.
shush, shush.
You have a
all right.
wall of stuff.
You do have
Both
we
you,
do have a wall.
both you and Pete have so much stuff of mine. As Pete said, we used to live together, and
Ah.
I used to put everything in a big box and just throw shit away when I was done with it.
All right, let
So
me
Pete's got so much stuff.
see.
We burned it to keep warm one winter.
One winter. All right, so our winner is actually number 27.
Ooh, it's me.
Who is Reg?
Hey, Reg.
So-
Yeah, there you go.
Reg is our winner. Number 27, sir.
Hey, Reg. This one's yours.
Good job. So you're going to win. Steve's going to send you that red sketch that he's been working
Yeah.
on.
Hey, hell ready olives. No,
Contrarian.
No.
Awesome. So, Reg, if you're not, go ahead and hit Steve up via what,
There you go.
Instagram?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Instagram. He'll send you, exchange some info, do the thing.
Yeah, I'll get it to you.
And we'll get that out to you. So first, I want to say big thank you, Steve, for hanging out with us. This is probably the longest show I've ever done.
Oh, has it been a long time?
Yes. So thank you for joining us and for giving some sage-like advice to some of us in here that may need it, and for just hanging out, man, and for doing this really cool giveaway. Thank you.
Now my smoke signals.
Also smoke signals. So just to show you guys one more time, if you're looking for Steve, you can check him out, stevenedley.com, or highly strongly suggest to follow him on Instagram, Steve Nedley Art.
Hey, it's me.
Steve. And make sure that you're following him. Hit him up for some commissions.
Yeah.
And just to let you guys know that next week's show, we're going to also be doing a show next week on I don't know what the date is, April 14th. We're going to have Ben on. He's one of the managers for one of our local year-round haunted houses, Morta Manor.
Woo.
So that'll be next week. So yeah, so thank you, Steve. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to follow
Thanks everybody.
Steve.
That was really cool. And I wanted to say thank you for having me on, man. It was really a blast. I really appreciate it. I've loved watching your channel grow.
Thank you.
It's all very well learned, man. You guys are killing it.
Thank
you very much.
Thank
So
you.
I'm
We're
really
gonna
happy
have
about
to have you back on.
Oh, please. I
We're
would
not
love
done
to.
yet. We're gonna
Even if it's just
do
something to
remix.
where I sit around and I doodle while you talk anyway. So
We could do
I'll
that.
be the doodle translator, like Key and Peele. Like,
We need a doodle
This is what-
translator on this show. That's your official title. You are Horror Happenings doodle translator as of right now.
ooh.
Done.
Hey, sorry, Don. I got a new job.
Quit. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, boys and girls, make sure that you keep it spooky.
Hey, thank you.
Bye.